Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I decided to do a small foundation war. Now they're all famous, they're all affordable, easy to find, and so many people like them. They're so hyped on the internet. But I'm sure that one of them must be the best of the best, in terms of how it looks on the face, on the skin after few hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, because I've tried all of them. They all look amazing on initial application, but how do they look later on in the day? That's the point of the test today. I have extremely oily skin here in the center of my face, here on my chin, just about normal to combination skin here in the sides of my face. As you've probably noticed from the thumbnail, we are testing out L'Oreal Infallible 24 hours fresh wear, and then liquid HD liquid coverage from Catrice, and then Fit Me Matte and Poreless the version. Yeah, I'm not gonna be talking about shade ranges, just because the only place which, like, you have the complete shade range from a company, from a foundation for example, is in the States. All of the rest, like for Europe for sure, we are just getting some of the shades in the whole shade range. For example, Estee Lauder with about, let's say, 40 shades in double wear stay in place makeup. We just have like 6 to 10 shades in the different countries. Lastly, before you see the foundations and how they lasted on my face, I just want to mention that the skin prep was exactly the same every day with the different foundations. I use the same primer, the Catrice Prime and Fine primer. I know how this works. And then to set the foundation, I use the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and the color which I used is 004 Sunstorm. And then for my eyes, I think I use the same concealer, the Born to Glow concealer from NYX, and I set the concealer with NYX No Filter Sun, what was the name? This powder. Blush was the same as well. I'm testing out the Revolution blush, which is Peach Bliss. This is the blush that I use on my face. And the only different thing is the lips, and the eyeshadows on the eyes, and that's it. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments which foundations do you want me to do, like another test, something else. Like I have here True Skin, Catrice, a Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. If you want me to compare Estee Lauder Double Wear to something else. And yeah, let's just test the foundations. Okay guys, so this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 hours fresh wear, the liquid version. This is how the foundation looks like on my face when I just applied it. It's early in the morning. Of course, I'll come back to you in 6 hours and we'll see how that looks like on my skin, and then in 10 hours so we can compare it to the others. And the color which I'm using is 140 Golden Beige. And yeah, I have a bad lash day and I might have a bad lipstick day, but we're about to find out later on in the day. So yeah, guys, came back for the 6 hours mark with the L'Oreal. Just a quick thing, the only thing I reapplied and I touched on my face is my lips. Just I reapplied some of the lipstick because I had lunch, I had coffees, I had stuff, and the lipstick is definitely fading away really quickly, but that's not what we're here for. Otherwise, this is L'Oreal Infallible in 6 hours. I think it looks awesome. I have the tiniest bit oiliness just here. I don't know if you can see, no cakiness whatsoever, just more like a little bit oil showing through, my skin. Nothing on the chin, it's still intact. Nothing here. Nothing on the cheeks, obviously, just here. And that's it for the 6 hours, and I'll see you later. Guys, 10 hours since I'm wearing the foundation, the L'Oreal foundation, and this is how my skin looks like. Ignore my lips. I definitely don't like the way this lipstick wears off from Revolution. I like the color a lot, but anyway, that's not what we're here for. You can see that the foundation, and my eyelash is gone off. Who cares? I'm gonna remove the makeup now. The foundation though looks amazing, as you can tell. Now, it wasn't really hot today, to be honest. If the day is because it's my favorite foundation from the drugstore so far, so I know how it works. If I was out and about, or if I was sweating more, if the weather was like the temperature was higher, definitely I would get more oily for sure, but not so much oilier than what you see here. You can see that the foundation on my chin is intact still, even though it looks a bit oily. Obviously my T-zone Mainly here the sides of my nose are oilier than before, than the 6 hours mark. Foundation looks awesome. That's the reason it's still one of my most favorite foundation from the drugstore. I might, I don't know, find something better when I'm testing this out, but that's it with the L'Oreal. My forehead looks still awesome. It didn't crease too much in my fine lines here. I mean, it creased a bit, but my fine lines are really, really deep. Definitely. It creased a bit here, but most of the foundations do. Some of them more, some of them less, like this one. But I generally like the way that this foundation wears off my face, even when I'm oilier, and even when it's when I'm getting more sweat. It just doesn't wear off in the ugly way. Anyway guys, going to wash off the makeup and I'll see you tomorrow with the other foundation. Good morning guys, today we're testing the other foundation, and this time we're testing Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I was just saying, I always call this liquid camouflage, like the concealer, but it's liquid coverage. And the color which I'm using is 040 Warm Beige. I apply the foundation in the same way with a sponge, about a layer and a half, 2 layers let's say, for like a bit more than medium coverage. Everything applied completely normal on my face, you know, on top of the foundation. The only thing I have to mention is that I had a bit of like issue blending the foundation around my nose here, in the crevice of my nose. My nose is a bit, you know, it's just the shape of my nose anyway. But other than that, it looks really, really nice on my skin yet, but we'll see in 6 hours. So I'm going to edit some videos and I'm freezing in this room. So I'm gonna see you in 6 hours. Hey, I came back with the Catrice foundation 6 hours later. It's actually been 6.5 hours since I'm wearing the foundation. A few notes I have here. So I went outside. I didn't need to wear a mask, but I was wearing my sunglasses, and you can obviously see how the foundation is completely missing here where my sunglasses were like sitting, staying, whatever it's called, on my face. And the foundation is almost gone on my chin. Now it's probably hard to see here in this light, I'm not sure, but here in real life I can see it very well. Because my chin is not so, my chin doesn't get so red anyway, it's gonna be hard for you to notice that, but it's missing. I mean, it's just almost gone here and here in this spot. And in real life, up close in the mirror, you can definitely see that it's like caking up, and it just starts to, I don't know, hopefully you can see that it looks weird. Now it's caking around my nose, definitely, in the not really pleasant way. The sides, my cheeks and my here, you know, like in general I don't look so oily, but in the places where I look oily, I look cakey. That's the thing which I don't like about Catrice foundation, the way that it wears off from my face. It's like settled quite a lot in my fine lines, and it's disappearing from my chin. And this is 6.5 hours later. So anyway, I'll come back after a few more hours and we can see how it looks like in the end of the day. I'm back guys after 10 hours of wearing the foundation. Actually it's been 9 hours and something, but I really need to take off my makeup because I have my eyes starting to water again quite a lot, and I really need to take off the makeup. But this is how the things look like. It's not much oilier than before, I have to say. I mean, generally my skin looks nice, but up close around my nose, as like before, I mean, this area here looks quite cakey here in the crevices of my nose. The chin here, the foundation is totally gone. I think it's starting to wear off here on my jawline. It doesn't look bad, it's just wearing off. And other than that, I wouldn't say it's so bad, but I still prefer the L'Oreal Infallible more than this one. I've been wearing this foundation not once before, so I know how it works. And I know how it works when it's like the temperatures go higher here and the humidity is higher. Then it looks much cakier than the L'Oreal Infallible, unfortunately, on my oily skin. Now I'm noticing that many people say they have like oily skin, or you know, but some people have oilier skin than others. I mean, me and you, we can have oily skin, both of us, and still my skin might be a little bit more oily than yours. It just depends from person to person. But all in all, this is how it looks like. And I think I'm gonna wash it off now. I'll see you tomorrow with the Maybelline foundation. Good morning, guys. We are doing the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless test today. That's what I'm wearing on my face. Ignore the eyebrows. So I had to add the tiniest bit of the Revolution bronzer, which is far too red for my skin, but just to make the things more cohesive, if that makes sense. But that's the Maybelline foundation, Fit Me foundation on my skin. It looks amazing. It looks beautiful on the skin. Honestly, I did mix it with a few drops of the NYX foundation mixer, the white one, because it's far too dark for my skin now, and I might need to leave the house, and I don't want to look like a Oompa Loompa for the rest of the day. So, but this doesn't change the wear of your foundation, the consistency, nothing. It just makes the shade a bit lighter, depends how much you're gonna use. And yeah, this is how Maybelline looks like. I didn't have any issues blending the foundation on my skin. Nothing weird. So let's see how it's gonna look like in 6 hours. 6 hours later, guys, with the Maybelline foundation, and this is how my face looks like. First thing I want to mention is the red mark. Now, the foundation is wearing off my chin. Definitely. It's like this central spot here is completely gone. The red mark, though, is from my lipstick. It's the story of my life. When I'm wearing like a regular creamy lipstick and I'm eating something, it stains my lip, stains my chin just here. So I didn't want to rub more so you're able to see the foundation anyway. But just the center of my chin, the foundation is wearing off. Even though it looks oily, my T-zone, especially here around my nose and on top of my nose, it doesn't look cakey whatsoever, the way that the Catrice foundation looks like. Here, just in the crevices of my nose, on the sides of my face, it looks perfect so far. And my forehead is slightly oily with a bit of creasing in my lines here. Other than that, it looks much better, I think, than the Catrice foundation the same time yesterday. That's for sure. Yeah, we'll see how it's gonna look like in 10 hours. 10 hours after wearing the Maybelline foundation, guys, and this is how my face looks like. I just touched my skin here around my eye, and that's why here it's not so oily. It looks oily, definitely. You can see that by yourself, I guess, but it still doesn't look cakey. This is something which I really appreciate. It's missing completely from my chin, though. Part of it is missing here, but I realized that a few times I was sitting with my face on my palm, so we don't count this one. It starts to disappear here around my nose here, and it is a bit cakey, just a bit here in these parts around my nose. Otherwise, forehead is oily, but it doesn't look cakey again. I definitely like the way that this foundation wears off. Even though it's gone from my chin, it doesn't look, I mean, I think if I ask someone, you know, right now, if there is something weird with my foundation, probably they will just answer that my zone here looks really oily and nothing more, if they're not really careful, like up close to my face, up to my skin, where I don't remember if I mentioned that when I was wearing Catrice foundation, when was it? One of the last times when I was wearing the Catrice foundation wasn't yesterday when I was testing it. Last week, I don't remember. I saw my sister 3 hours after I applied the makeup. It was about 3 hours after I applied the makeup. This I forgot to mention yesterday, yeah? She asked me what is wrong with which foundation I have and what is wrong with my nose here. And then I noticed that it was really caked up around here in this area. And that was just 3 hours later. So, like, I don't think that someone will be able to notice the wear off of the foundation in the same way, like the case with Catrice, which was really weird, because I didn't expect that. I mean, as soon as I entered the room, my sister was like, "What's wrong with your foundation? What are you wearing? Something is wrong with your nose." So, I guess you get my point. And I really like the Maybelline Fit Me, not as much as Loreal Infallible. In the end of the day, we can wrap up this video by saying that third place is going to Catrice HD liquid coverage. Then second place is going to Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. And the first place is still L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hours Fresh Wear Liquid Foundation. And we are done with the test. So I really hope that was helpful. If you are thinking which of them to buy or you couldn't make your mind, I'm going to wash everything off, take a shower and relax, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!